Okay, so we pick up season three here for those of us in the States, and you guys are now airbound. And I don't think Haley takes to that quite well.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Where do we find her as we start this new season?
Yeah, so this season for Haley is a really big season of self-growth and sort of figuring out what she wants to run towards, what she wants to do with her life, and sort of this overarching theme of family and what that means to her. Because obviously she lost her mom when she was super young. Her dad's not really in the picture. I don't really actually know where her dad is, but he's not in the picture. And so she's just trying to figure out what her future is going to look like.
And with this new challenge, they say nursing is nursing no matter where you are, right? And is that something that they discuss with you about how, when you're in the air, is that something that affects nurses since you're used to being on ground helping people? This is like a new medevac situation for you.
Am I? I don't think I get air sickness, but our new nurse who comes in, our new like head nurse, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be totally fine. I can go alone. I'm like, I'm all good." And then it sort of like cuts to her puking in the air. So that was quite funny, and yeah, I'm sure that's a huge thing for people, especially on these small planes. And when you're not used to such small planes and you're in the north and there's all different types of weather patterns and turbulence like on small planes, I'm sure that is felt a lot more. So yeah, it's definitely not for the weak hearted or the weak stomach.
The weak stomach's right. They
Yeah.
tell you maybe don't eat before you start these medevac trips.
Yeah, or do you keep it soft, keep it light, maybe a banana, a granola bar, lots of water, that type of thing.
It seems kind of the season that you guys are paired up a bit with when it comes to, either events that happen or even relationships. There's maybe more of a focus on one-on-one situationships this season. Is that what they were talking to you about, how things would roll this season? Or is it just chaos as usual for SkyMed?
I think it's pretty much chaos as usual. I mean, it's SkyMed, so it's obviously going to be super action-packed, lots of drama, some comedy, just kind of like a little bit of everything. But it was really fun this season because we got to welcome in some new faces, which is always super exciting. And I had worked with Nicola before on Nurses, so I absolutely adore her. So I was really excited that she was going to be joining the SkyMed fam. And yeah, Anthony was a great addition. And so yeah, it's fun for our characters to each have. It's funny because as a cast we kind of discussed, I was like, I actually didn't get very many scenes with like Thomas this year, or like one-on-one scenes with Praneet. Really, it was a
Right?
lot for Haley. At least it was a lot more kind of like group and Weezer scenes, and obviously Crystal. But yeah, we're all best friends in
Yeah,
real
you
life.
got, I was just gonna say, certainly, yeah. I just, you guys were a little bit more separated this season where you didn't get to all spend so much one-on-one time together as a group. But I'm glad to see you guys are branching out and spending some more time in individual storylines. How did the new actors bring a change on screen and off to SkyMed?
Yeah, I mean, their characters are, I mean, so Nicola's character who she plays Marianne, she just has this like boss energy, fierceness. She's just such a strong presence on and off screen. She's the sweetest, most talented person. So she just really brought yeah, like a strong energy to the screen, and she's incredible to work with. And I always really loved doing scenes with her because she's so talented and she's such a pro, and I'm like kind of memorized working opposite her. So I learn a lot from her. She's incredible. And then Anthony brings like this swagger, this charisma, this charm. He's super tall, so he just kind of like walks on set and he's just like too cool for all of us. And so it was really fun getting to know him. He calls everyone jokers. He's like, "Oh, you guys are such jokers!" Like, yeah, he's great. I'm a big fan of both of them. So they were really fun additions to this season, and they both brought their own unique energy to the show, which I think the audience is going to love.
Are there some certain scenes you're most proud of this season of the work you put into? Or maybe if you can't tease too much for American audiences, what are some episodes that you'd really love for them to keep an eye out for?
Oh yeah, so there's a really fun episode, sort of mid-season that um, is really fun, and I don't think anyone is going to expect it. And it was just a blast to shoot. We don't get all of our scripts at once, so the cast we're all actually reading the scripts kind of week by week, which is kind of a fun and unique experience because it kind of feels like we're almost a part of the audience, like discovering it just week by week. And when this script came out, I remember vividly we were all in the green room and, we get the scripts on our phone and we're like, oh my God, new script, new script. And we're kind of reading it. And it was just like silence. And then it was like, we were kind of like, would look around and then we'd go back to the script and we're like, what is going on here? Like, what show is this? So it was really fun. We all got to play sort of make believe in our SkyMed world and got to put on a lot of different outfits and costumes and wigs. And I'm really excited for the audience to see it.
There continues to be such chemistry between Haley and Weezer. What continues to bond these two and keep them so close?
Wow, that's a really good question. I think, I think Weezer is just such a good person and a good human, and he keeps things light and he's funny and he doesn't take himself too seriously. And he's just sort of like a really, um, he's just such a bright light that I think Haley is drawn towards in this sort of world of chaos and in her own life of confusion and like what she's going through and what she has gone through. And again, sort of this like overarching theme of what family looks like to her. And what she discovers this season is that you don't have to be blood to be family. You can choose your family, and it can be those people that continuously keep showing up for you and help you through hard times. And so I think Weezer's always been there for Haley through everything. And
It's
oh, that's okay. And so Weezer's just always shown up and been there for Haley. And I think that is something that really speaks to her and draws Haley to Weezer.
You're talking about how Haley learns that family isn't just blood this season, but kind of feel like she learned that a little bit already with Crystal.
For sure. And I think this season, furthermore, she sort of toys with the idea of having her own family and what that's going to look like and if she wants that. And it's complicated for her, obviously, because she carries the BRCA1 gene. And so it's sort of this, she's just, torn with the idea, but she really wants one. And I think Weezer is someone who, like when you're in love, you kind of start getting all these mushy feelings and start kind of like thinking about these things. And so I think that was sort of her um, journey this season. And yeah, you guys will have to see what happens.
It sounds like it's not though hard for all of you to decompress after a long day of saying medical jargon and saving lives because you all have such a great rapport with each other at this point.
Absolutely. And I think North Bay is such a second home for all of us and has been so welcoming. And it's such a beautiful community. And our crew that we've had now for the last two seasons, because we switched, we filmed the first season in a different, not a different country, a different province, different city. And so season two and season three, we've gone back to North Bay and it just feels like a home away from home. And so, yeah, we're really great friends with all of our cast and crew up there. And we'll all go out for dinner at all the like little local, it's a very small town, but it has a lot to offer. And so we'll do like weekend hikes and yeah, it's not hard to decompress in such a beautiful and serene sort of small town.
SkyMed continues to be such a fan favorite series that people adore and are so excited each season when it comes back. What do you think it is this about this show that just has made it so special and beloved so quickly?
I think, I think there's a lot of reasons. I think it's the world that we've created, um, geographically. It's really beautiful, and I think fun for people to see the North and all it has to offer, and sort of like the different lifestyle that it is. I also think our characters are so, near and dear to lots of people's hearts. It's such a beautifully written, character-driven drama, and we have such a talented cast, and so everyone brings their own sort of, like spunk and personality to these characters that I think audiences love and can relate to. There's obviously lots of drama and relationships and heartbreak and all the sort of like mess that comes along with that I find addicting as a viewer to watch your favorite, characters and all of their relationship drama. And then there's also a lot of action and stunts and effects and comedy. There's also a lot of injuries that are quite comedic, and so it really does have a little bit of everything. It doesn't take itself too seriously, but then it's also super dramatic, and you can cry and laugh all in the same episode. So I think there's a lot that connect, make people love the show.
Have you been busy working on any other projects recently? Maybe seeing you on the big screen in the near future?
I hope so. I have an independent movie coming out sometime this year. I'm actually not sure, but that was really fun to film. It was a horror movie called Sick Puppy. So it's very, very different than SkyMed, and I play a very different character who's super crazy. So that was really fun. But otherwise, my partner and I actually bought a house out of the city and sort of in the mountains. And so we've just been having a really beautiful time, creating our little life up here. And I've been having way too much fun decorating the house. And we've been traveling lots. We're actually going to Croatia in a couple weeks. So yeah, lots of just like travels and quality like family time, which is really important to me.
What would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the incredible work you continue to do on our screens, especially with this series?
Thanks. Honestly, it just means so, so much. And it just completely fills my heart and soul that people love the show, because I truly love making it so, so much. And the fact that we've been able to do 3 seasons now is just such a gift. And I just, I hope there's many more seasons to come. And I want to keep, playing Haley, and I want to keep I will do SkyMed forever. I love it so much, and it just makes me happy that people love watching it.